What's up? What's up? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I don't know, man. There's too many to go through. Hope you guys are feeling great. You know, we got someone super special here today, Ben Lee from 4BPM, doing incredible things with transforming lives. He's, obviously transforming my life, and I'm really excited about doing this kind of live presentation with him because I know so many of you, just really have, issues losing weight. And sometimes it's really not about, are you hitting the gym or are you eating right, right? So there's other kind of key factors. There's 3 pillars that really truly comes into play. And I'm gonna let Ben take it from here. I'll tell you a little bit about himself. And then he's gonna explain those 3 pillars. Of course, we're gonna have something totally special for you at the end. So hang out to the end. Please share, like, and subscribe to us as well. We're gonna be doing a ton more videos, educational videos and whatnot. We'd love for you guys to see those too. So guys, this is Ben. Ben, take it away. Go ahead, baby.
Hey, thank you, Joey. Thank you, Joey. Appreciate it. Again, my name is Ben Lee. I'm with 4BPM, and we are the official partner of the NFL Alumni Performance Lab. And for those of the people that are having an issue losing weight, I mean, it really comes down to a few things. If your diet's dialed in, if you're, going to the gym, if Joey's taking care of you, it's really potentially a hormone issue. Because at the end of the day, as we get older, whether you're male or female, it doesn't really matter. We go through some sort of a pause, whether it's menopause for women, where as you get older, there's a decrease in hormones such as your estradiol, your luteinizing hormone, your follicle stimulating hormone, your progesterone. All those start to decrease or increase in certain levels depending on where you are in your menstrual cycle and if you're postmenopausal. For men, the comparative thing for that is andropause, where as you get older, your levels of testosterone start to decrease, especially when you get to hit about 30, that really starts to decrease pretty significantly. But even nowadays, I'm dealing with a lot of younger men, like under 30, that are dealing with low testosterone.
And what are those symptoms, Ben? Like, what does that look like when someone has low testosterone? What are they feeling? Because maybe they don't even know that's happening to them.
Sure. They may not be getting the results in the gym that they're expecting. They may not be able to put on as much muscle. They might have some brain fog, where they're not able to. They might walk into a room and kind of forget what they're doing. They might be tired, because one of the things that's really important with testosterone, again, for men and women, is it signals your bone marrow to create more red blood cells and hemoglobin. And that is actually what translates to how much oxygen you carry, and how much oxygen you carry actually determines how much waking energy you have, because 90% of your energy is derived directly from oxygen. So the more oxygen you can carry, the more energy you're going to have. So if you have low T, that's going to be one of the things where, you're going to be just kind of tired all the time. And that kind of looks like, you go to bed tired, you wake up tired, and then you probably have a crash, in the afternoon, because your body just doesn't have enough oxygen and enough energy to really push through.
Libido is probably extremely low at that point too, right?
Yeah,
affecting sexual performance and whatnot as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. If ED may be a part of it as well, erectile dysfunction, obviously, lower sex drive is a part of it. So, if you have those, symptomologies, what you need, and you can do it in one of 2 ways. You don't necessarily have to go straight to testosterone, because there are some people that will qualify for what we call a testosterone booster, where we can actually utilize your own supply, so to speak. So all it is signaling your pituitary gland to tell your testes to create its own natural testosterone on its own, instead of going straight to testosterone. So depending on each individual, you may be a candidate for both, or potentially you might have to go right into testosterone replacement therapy.
And they'll see those levels if they take the blood test, right?
Correct.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, in the blood test, we're looking at immune function, we're looking at oxygen carrying capacity, as I mentioned earlier, we're looking at your ability to metabolize glucose. And one of the things that we talk about, when you're talking about losing weight, you can't burn fat in an insulin-rich environment. So what that means is every time you have any type of food, especially carbohydrates, you start to spike your blood sugar, right? So your blood sugar spikes. And for your body to absorb that, your pancreas needs to release insulin to absorb it into the cells. So every time you spike your glucose, there's a subsequent insulin spike. Every time you spike your glucose, there's a subsequent insulin spike. But most people don't understand, you cannot burn fat in an insulin-rich environment. So if you have a lot of insulin, if you have high hemoglobin A1C, it's going to be much more difficult for you to lose weight. So you have to be able to keep your blood sugar down, and there are ways that we do that. With regards to the protocols that we prescribe to our patients.
And we have somebody right now actually in our gym that has lost 20 pounds, and his blood glucose level, right? There were some issues there, and we just did his weigh-in today, 20 pounds down.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
It's awesome. It's amazing to see. And the thing that kind of, I guess, I hate to see is that people beating their head against the wall. They're like, okay, I'm going to the gym like 5-6 times a week. Not eating what I want to. I'm sacrificing this. I'm doing this, but I'm not getting the results that what we do is we just identify exactly what the body needs. The body's infinitely intelligent as long as you ask it the right questions. And once you have that information, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, but we just know how to interpret that data to give you the quote unquote cheat code so that you don't have to beat your head against the wall anymore. For example,
I get the cheat code from you for that particular person, and there's no more guesswork for me. We're no longer guessing. We know exactly what we got to do. We know exactly the plan. I think it's the best investment really somebody can make in themselves, instead of kind of, people buy all these fad things, right? The fad, the this, that, and spending money on garbage, when if they would just really spend the money on the right thing, make that right investment, and they would 10x basically their transformation.
Of course. Yeah. Because why do you take something? Because probably somebody that told you so. Well, okay, are they a wellness professional? Are they, even if they're a physician? A lot of physicians don't even know about this. I have 4 physicians in my family, and I don't really tell them, what specifically we do, because at the end of the day, they're like, oh, they don't believe you, so to speak. Because, again, I'm not a physician. I don't play one on TV either, but at least I know, because I've studied this for decades, how to actually do as least as possible, but still maximize the result when it comes to your body. Right. For example, I've only done cardio 9 times in the last 10 months, but I'm able to maintain 10% body fat. And I still drink, a couple times a week, maybe 3, 4, maybe more, depending on the week. And I still have desserts if I want to. I never say no to myself. And that's really the way to make it sustainable. Because if you feel like you're sacrificing, if you feel like you're not giving your body or yourself what you want, then it's not sustainable. And that's a big issue.
So let's talk about that last pillar, right? The thyroid.
Yeah. So the
critical
thyroid,
thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So they know that kind of ties into hormones as well. But the thyroid is what controls your metabolism as well as your core body temperature. So what will happen is the pituitary gland will release thyroid stimulating hormone, or TSH, to signal the thyroid to release its own hormones, T4 and T3. And for some people, they may just have an imbalance with regards to their thyroid. And it doesn't matter how much you don't eat, doesn't matter how much you work out. If you have hypothyroidism, which means you have less than optimal thyroid hormones, then it's going to be very, very difficult for you to lose weight.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. And I see a lot of thyroid issues. A lot. I mean, I couldn't believe my thyroid was low performing. I couldn't believe it. And wow, once we kind of fixed that, what a difference. What a difference. Easy to shed fat. I mean, it was just a game changer, Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and it's about picking all the pieces together, and then they work synergistically together.
Right.
So, where it's like 1 + 1 = 3. So when you're doing all of it together, then it really starts to, to melt off the fat, and the weight starts to come off very quickly.
So Ben, so if someone's having trouble, losing weight, putting on muscle, their sexual performance is really in the gutter. They're slow, they're sluggish. not feeling confident in their skin, what can we do for them? What special do we have for them today that where we can get them started and at least detect some things?
Sure. So, well, if you sign up in the next 24 hours, if you just go to, 4ppm.com/enroll, and then just, put Warrior Fitness Camp, in the company name, so to speak. Our normal labs are $399. If you were to go with that panel into LabCorp, it'll cost you $2,000. I asked my LabCorp rep, it'll cost them $2,000. But for $399, it'll include the cost of labs, the creation of the customized protocol, and then also walk you through it too, where I'll explain each individual biomarker, how it correlates to a specific function in the body, and how you're going to feel when you optimize it. Because our philosophy is the educational piece is really, the fundamental piece. Because if you don't understand the why, then you're never going to follow it, first of all. And second of all, how can you be accountable for something you don't understand?
Exactly.
So once you understand it, and I've had this feedback so many times, I've learned more in the hour with you, so with me, so to speak, than I have my entire life about my health and wellness. Because the traditional physicians, they say the average time is 16 minutes between patient and provider in the US. I think that's really high. It might be 11 minutes focused on paperwork and then 5 minutes with you, with you face to face.
Right.
And it's just not designed to do that. So we educate you, through just really simple, basically analogies or metaphors where we make it super, super simple to understand. We make something very complex, super, super simple. And what we're gonna do for you for the next 24 hours, we'll knock $100 off that. So it'll be $299 for the labs, for the creation of your customized protocol, and for the the 1 hour lab review with me.
Excellent. And guys, you could be anywhere in the United States, as well. And, you jump on the coaching, if you need help with your fitness, nutrition, accountability, mindset, we can get you started with some coaching as well, along with Ben's protocol. I mean, it's been working pretty amazing with the people that we have on it right now. Highly recommend it. Take advantage of the savings while you can. Ben, it was such a pleasure. Thank you so much for, teaching us, educating us. And we're going to do more educational videos, touch on more topics, things like that. Like I said, any questions, guys, pop it in the comments, send us a DM, private message. We're more than happy to share information with you. That's what we're here for, to support you on your transformation mission. Ben, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, guys. Have a great day.